even, I mean, you can control my ego. I'm pretty sure you can do the same thing to a lot of people. How you do yourself.
How I control my ego?
Yes.
I listen to my chef. I have to understand what my ego is. Like I said, I don't say these things if I don't understand it myself, and I don't try it myself. That I say. Not just because the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying the best kind of knowledge is the knowledge that you experience. I'm doing it because of that. But it's not just because of that, just because he say I'm going to say. No. Because it works for me. It may not work for you, maybe. What can I do? I cannot speak about knowledge that I have not experienced. That is not knowledge. Then that time I cannot give you honey. You understand? I can talk about honey, I can talk about bees, but I'm not giving you a taste, any taste, if I'm not making it. So what I'm speaking is what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, what I'm struggling with, what I find this is good, this is bad. Now, this is good. It works. Are you sure? I think. I go into meditation. I ask for help. I look, I see, I sit, they send, I give. Then I can give. That time you will reach to people's hearts. I'm not reading any book. Because if you do that, you will understand once you speak. I'm not even just talking about sohbet or something. You speak to someone. And everyone speaks to someone about their own religion or their own spirituality or their own experience. If you're really listening to yourself, you'll understand these words you speak so nice, but they're fake. How do you know? If you're always looking at yourself, then there is always that check and balance. There is always that testing. There is always, your heart is always moving because you're speaking and you're watching. You're speaking and you're watching. It's not just, okay, I get something, I speak. I watch. I see what is necessary. And I sit and I wait. So yeah, you say I'm here, you have an ego and I'm fighting against your ego. Maybe, but you have to remember, I was there too. I was there where you were. And I'm listening to my Shaykh. I know exactly what you're going through. I didn't sit with some other Shaykh and I come here. I sit with the same Shaykh and I know what you're going through. I know sometimes the heaviness of the Shaykh is so much that you fall asleep. I know that. I know that sometimes the heaviness of your Shaykh is so much he doesn't have to say anything, but you feel that you want to get up and scream and shout and tear your clothes off and run like crazy as if you're on fire, right? Ever happened to you guys? I know that too. I know how it is on holy days and nights. You get a little bit drunk, you crash somewhere. And you're like, why didn't I think of that? Because regular days you're driving maybe 50 miles an hour, 70, 80 miles an hour. On holy days and nights, you're going at 200 miles an hour. You cannot make a single mistake at that time. Slight thing, you crash. This I know too. Now, I'll see what is necessary. Sometimes explanation is necessary. For those who understand, I've tried that so many times. I discover so many times, people don't understand explanation. You explain, and they still don't understand. And you make sure you explain in a very simple way that a child will understand. They understand, but they don't understand. Well, you discover so many things about yourself, about people. And what is it that you have to do? You explain to a dog. You think the dog will understand? No. You explain to the dog, you need to sit right now. You need to sit. You know why you need to sit? Because my friend is looking at me and I'm telling you to sit and you're not sitting. It's making me look very bad. So I'm telling you, sit. Please sit. Look, I'm going to talk to the dog. The dog is going to understand. No, it's not good. So many people's egos are at that level. I understand watching myself, watching our share, and watching everyone. Yes, I watch a lot. I look at myself and I look at others. Isn't that a holy command and order that Allah is ordering us, not recommending, ordering us to what? To think. To think. Why are you not thinking? This is for men of understanding. Why are you not thinking? With the alternation of the light and the day, the night and the day, you're supposed to think. You will understand the signs then. So, if you find the hizmat that you're supposed to offer, easy. Very easy. Understand? If you're still not serving, very difficult. I'm giving you a very big secret on this night, which in some ways it is not. I've spoken about this for years, but the way that I'm putting things together. Those who are still thinking, I'm just going to come in and out. Tariqat, I have my life, and Tariqat is another life, in and out. Just, nice, get blessings, go to leave. Then you are like Ibn Salama, isn't it? You're like Ibn Salama. You have your own life, and then there is the life of the Prophet. Pretty soon, one day, you're going to say, what? Hoja is saying this to me, to do this to me? Just like Ibn Salama saying to those emissaries of the Prophet to collect zakat. He was living in the Prophet's masjid, day and night, living in the Prophet's mosque, cleaning, worshipping with the Prophet, making zikr day and night, years. But his heart started to feel the pull of the dunya. In his mind, he's saying, I'm going to help Islam. But you know what? It is not what you think. It is what your Prophet thinks. It is not what you think. It is what your Shaykh thinks. If you know how to think properly at that time, why are you following a Shaykh? Others will follow you. Yeah, at that time you'll be responsible for a lot of things too. So Ibn Salama, he wants to go out. He wants to earn some money. He wants to get his life started. Prophet ﷺ looked at him and said, Yeah, Ibn Salama, don't you want to be poor like your Prophet? He says, Ya Rasulullah, if I earn money, I can help so many of the poor brothers. I can help them, I can feed them, I can help so many. Millions of Muslims are saying this. But the state of the Muslims falling deeper and deeper into a crap hole every single day. He asked one time, Prophet gave an answer. Second time, third time, Prophet raised his hand. Because now you are pushing. That is also an adab. Tariqat, adab. Adab, Yahoo. We're teaching you the manners of the prophets. You don't push. You don't put your will on top of the will of your Prophet. You don't put your will on top of the will of your Shaykh. You're saying as you like, whatever you think is best. Real. Not to say, I want this, I want this, I want this, but whatever you think is best, as you like. That time you're playing games too. If we're not saying, if we're saying this is good for you, you say, but this, and this, and this. Wait, we're still warning you. We said, watch out, don't do that. Then I back up and I explain. This is the reason why I'm asking you to do it. Like this, like this, like this. You understand? I make people to understand. A time will come when I won't be given permission to do that anymore. Because it takes a toll on me too. So, Ibn Salama pushing the Prophet second time. Third time, Prophet says, okay. Because they don't fight. If I tell you, no need. And you say, but this and this, I said, okay, go ahead. But you know where my heart is. You cannot now later when something happens and you say, but he gave me permission. According now to your station, you don't even have to say it. Your heart is going to know. And he may even look at you and just say, yes, do it. But you know where his heart is and you know where your heart is. And later when you do it and things don't work out, you cannot go to him and you say, but you gave me permission. This is the subtlety of adab. So Ibn Salama saying that. Prophet opened his hand, whatever Prophet asks, Allah gives. Before you know it, somebody gave Ibn Salama a sheep. A couple of sheep. They gave twins. Then it started to breed very quickly. Before you know it, he has a small flock. No longer he's staying in the Prophet's masjid every day. He doesn't have time. He starts to spend more time outside a little bit to take care. For the sake of the Muslims. For the sake of Islam, he starts to take care. He's still convincing himself that, although the Prophet says, it is not for you, Ya Ibn Salama. Outside is not for you. Maybe for others, but not for you. This is not to say people are not going to work outside. But it is whoever is going to decide, that sheikh that is going to decide, not you. For some, they want to stay at the Dergah and give up everything. The sheikh says, don't. That is forbidden to you. They don't listen, they end up in very big mess. For some, they say, no. You cannot work outside, you have to stay forever. Some for a certain amount of time. Some for now. Later you're going to change. But everyone who's lived in this Dergah and later they go outside, you know what you're missing. So Ibn Salama, he started now going to the Prophet's masjid. Instead of every day, once a week for Jummah. His risk starts to increase. Like so many Muslims, when they get a lot of money, they get very happy. They say, I'm so blessed. They never think there's a big responsibility. They never think, wait a minute, dunya is my enemy, right? My enemy is giving me this. Maybe I should think a little bit. Money comes, Alhamdulillah. Believers, they have to think differently. Once a week, now he comes. Jummah to Jummah. Then it started to grow and grow. And now he had to move all his flock outside of Medina to the outskirts of the suburbs. Now he comes once a month. After some time, Holy Prophet ﷺ looks around, who is attending the namaz, and he's saying, where is Ibn Salama? He knows. But like so many times, Allah asked the question, Prophet asked, the Shaykh asked to see if you know, to see how many of you know, and what is it that you know. They put down their head, they say, you know better, Ya Rasulullah. They weren't going to complain about their brother too. Prophet knew. Then later the ayat came to collect zakat. It is obligation. And now the Prophet sent two of the Sahabis, say, go collect zakat from this area, and this area. One of the areas that they have to go was Ibn Salama. Now he had thousands of sheep. So many things happen unusual. Then those ones came to Ibn Salama. And they said, this is the order from the Prophet ﷺ. From every 40 parts, you're going to give one part for the sake of Allah. Ibn Salama listened. He looked at his sheep. Then he looked at them and he said, is there anyone else that you're collecting zakat from? He says, yes, there's another one. We have to go to another valley. He says, go there first. When you're coming on your way back, come around. Me, I will give you an answer. They look at each other. They said, "Eh, Allah." They went to one other Sahabi that the Prophet said, now go out. And that Sahabi didn't want to. The Prophet says, this is an order. You go out, earn this dunya for the way of Allah. When those two Sahabis to collect the zakat went to him, he's saying, what? Prophet wants zakat, take everything. They said, no. Order is every 40 parts, just one. Okay, then take the best. He says, no. It's not the best. We have to do it very fairly. They collect. He says, please send my salams. Kiss the hands and the feet of the Prophet for me. And tell him, I'm dust under your feet. Everything that I own, my life belongs to you. So they came back to Ibn Salama. They came and they looked at him. They repeated the order. Ibn Salama quietly looked at them and said, what? Now Muhammad is asking for a bribe? They were very shocked. They left. They came back to Medina. Prophet ﷺ was sitting outside the masjid. He saw them coming from a long way. He knew who they were. He shook his head and he says, Ya Ibn Salama, you have lost, and you have lost, and you have lost. 3 times, he said. When prophets, they say 3 times, there's a meaning in every one of them. They came back, they told the Prophet. The Prophet said, how many of you that he helped? They all put their heads down. Later, Prophet ﷺ passed. Ibn Salama, he woke up a little bit. He wanted to give zakat. He woke up. Understand, did he change his religion? No. Was he praying? Yes. Was he doing everything? Yes. One order, because the dunya then confused him. And we all have dunyas that confuse us. He disobeyed. He tried to give the zakat to Hazrat Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Ali said, whatever the Prophet did not receive, he refused to receive, I will not receive. So he lost. Later, when Hazrat Abu Bakr passed and Hazrat Umar became the Khalifa, he went to Hazrat Umar and he says, this is the zakat that is owed. Hazrat Umar took out his sword and he says, if you come here one more time, I will cut your neck off. You think I'm going to receive something that Abu Bakr or the Prophet did not receive from you? See, now even his money becomes what? Forbidden. Haram. So now, we understand a little bit, because we have been. I'm still there. I miss those days. I think about it very often. I miss those days where I'm sitting down and I'm listening to the Shah. So many people, they have dreams, right? It's okay, it's holy night, we open a little bit. So many times they dreamt Chef and he came back and I'm there next to him and I'm so relieved and happy because I gave everything back to him. Yeah, I can't wait for those days, but it's not going to be so easy too. He's going to take accounting of everything that I'm doing too. And I don't have confidence in what I'm doing because I understand everything that I'm doing can always be improved. It's because I'm comparing myself with who? With him. If you compare yourself with him, everything that you do is wrong. Then you have to fight against that other side of shaitan and your ego fooling you. Give up. You're never going to be like that. You know, then you have to keep a balance always. So you have your fights, I have my fights too. But all this is nonsense anyway, because, like I said, if you find a hizmat that service that you are going to provide, that you are going to give, that you say, even if it's cooking or cleaning or giving or fixing, and you concentrate on that, so many things will open for you, it will be easy for you. But be very sincere with that hizmat. Don't be like Ibn Salama. In the way of Allah, don't count. Don't count your dollars, don't count your pennies in the way of Allah. You understand? It is not how much you give, it is what is coming from the heart. So many people giving, I'm not taking. So many people giving, I'm not putting it here and giving it to someone else because I know it's not coming with sincerity. I know. I cannot touch it. Shaykh Effendi has taught me that. Oh, very hard lessons. His way with me is so subtle and he's so particular. One time I got washed up because somebody who discovered that we're going to build maqams decided to give Shaykh Effendi some donation. I'm not talking about a big sum, just a little bit. And he found out about that maqams and he decided to give that donation because I said to him, not that I said give donation, I said we're building something. Shaykh Effendi looked at me and says, you told him? Immediately I knew that person should not be. I should have known. So this is the mentality. Everything that we're doing wrong, it's not, oh, I didn't know. Everything that you're doing wrong, you say, I should have known. And so many times I knew, yet I didn't. I knew because Allah is speaking to my heart right now. I know what is right and wrong because Prophet is speaking. The angels are speaking. The awliya Allah, they are speaking to you right now, but you decide to listen to the voice of shaitan in your ego. How can you not know? But if your attitude is saying, I should have known, astaghfirullah, I'm going to fix it. Like this, like that, easy, they can erase it. They can change it. May Allah make it easy for all of us. Amen. It's still easy, don't you know? We have no difficulty. We have no difficulty. We say shukr, alhamdulillah. Fatiha. Tamam. Anything else anyone wants to say? Yes? Not now.